Traders and investors alike were green on Friday. We have a very busy week coming up, and we will talk more about this week in the next video. This video, I just want to go over our bearish, our list, our bearish ETFs, and we have added a whole new sector. I just want to point out that you can go short on. You can go short without shorting stocks with these. So if your market is pulling back, then you can buy these and make money. Not all these have the greatest liquidity for options. Obviously, if you're trading options, sometimes the best thing to do would be open puts on the SPY before open calls on some of these names. Some of these names trade very well with options, but like DRIP here. DRIP is short on oil. It does not have the greatest liquidity in the options. I do not recommend trading this with options. I would trade the other side of it. Gush, I would open puts on Gush before I would open calls on DRIP. But if you're looking for shares and you are bearish on crude, then this is definitely the place to be. You can buy shares, and as crude, pulls back, this will push up. Let's take a look at the next one. FNGD, this is the micro sector. This is a nice looking chart. Your MACD setting up. Big volume on Tuesday, pushed us up to the 200. Was able to take the 200 out on Friday, but we did come back and retest it. We were expecting the market to push at the end of the day. And this is exactly what we had. Not a huge push, but it was enough to pull this back and push the market up a little bit, which we'll take a look at the SPY charts and the market charts in another video. FXP, so this is one that I have added. This is short on the Chinese sector, and if you're bearish on the Chinese sector, you can purchase this. So like BABA, if you think BABA is going to pull back, and NEO and all of them are going to pull back, you can purchase shares on this, and this will push up. I do not know how the liquidity is in this one with options. Let's go back 1 second. This is a decent looking chart. I like the MACD starting to open up. We are pushing the Bollinger Band right now, press right up against it. I preferably don't like that. I would like to see some kind of pullback here, preferably to the 9, but I would like to see a pullback. Let's keep in mind that these are not made to be bought and held. They are made to trade. They're actually day trading vehicles. So if you do hold them, try not to hold them too long. So this is Gush. This is if you buy this one if you are bullish on crude. Crude goes up, this goes up. Going into a downtrend here, you can see a high, a low, a lower high, looking to put in a lower low here. We'll see how crude is. There's a lot of FUD going on right now. I would just be careful with crude, because intraday moves can get very volatile. We trade energy stocks a lot, but they can get it can get very volatile. So this one's definitely not a name you want to buy and just sit in. You can see the MACD is also bearish, testing this 50. So if this pulls back and crude pulls back, you can actually buy DRIP. This name trades better with options, and I haven't traded it in a while, but the liquidity is better in this name than what it is DRIP. I would prefer to buy puts. If I was going to trade options, I would prefer to buy puts here than anything like to buy calls and DRIP. I would rather buy puts here. Same thing, you're shorting crude. But you can buy these without trading options. LABD. This is the biotech sector. So if you can see right there, we had a nice move up right into the 50. Decent volume coming in. We need to get above the 50 on this one. I would be very leery of this until we get above the 50, unless you plan on going short on it. The 50 is definitely resistance. You can see how it's hitting it. This is LABU. So this is the other side of the one we just looked at. This is the bullish side of it. It's kind of like a matching pair. This is the bearish side, which is 3 times, so let me explain what the 3 times mean. If the sector that a inverse ETF is shorting moves 1%, it's supposed to move 3%. Not always. Sometimes you can get a little more out of them, but they're not always textbook moves. So don't get mad if you don't get the exact percentage out of it that you're thinking you're going to get. SPXU. This one we trade options on a lot. This is a one of my favorite ones. Always been one of my favorite ones. MACD's looking decent here, pinching to the upside. I would like to see a bigger mouth there. So you can see we did push up Tuesday, had a big candle up, got above most of the major moving averages there, and then we were able to push up above this resistance. Friday, the market gapped down, which means these gapped up right into that Bollinger Band. I would like to see a pullback here. I would like to see it get off that Bollinger Band a little bit before looking for an entrance. Just worth noting, be careful with it. PSQ, this is short on the Qs. So if you think the Qs is going to pull back, if you think tech's going to pull back, you can trade this, and you can trade this with shares instead of with options. You can see a nice push up here, a little extended off the 9 here. We did pull back. This is a hangman candle. We did pull back a little bit. Usually when you see a hangman, your next 1 to 3 candles should be, pulling in, but this market's trading pure emotions right now. Textbook just doesn't matter. This is the RWM. This shorts the Russell. MACD, same MACD. Would like to see a bigger MACD, but this is on the bullish side. We are showing relative strength back above all your major moving averages here. All your moving averages are converging. Gives you a decent level of support. Getting a little extended here. SARK. So this is shorting innovation or ARK. The ARK, ETF, Cathie Woods. This is a short basically built around the stocks that she trades. You can see we are struggling to get above the 200 right here. No, I'm sorry. We're struggling to get above the 9 and 20 right here. Your 200 is just now starting. This has not been around. So your 200 moving day average doesn't even start to print on the chart until it's been trading for 200 days. So you can see we are just starting. This MACD is actually a little to the bearish side. Decent volume come in Friday. Be a little careful with this one until it gets above those moving averages. ARK's been showing a little strength. SDS, more strength than what I would imagine, what I would think in this market, due to some of the stocks that it's holding, like DraftKings. It's pushing hard, which we will be covering DraftKings today. As always, it's been in our day trading list for a while. SDS, this is shorting the S&P 500. You can see a nice push here. So once again, the S&P 500 pulled back. We gapped down Friday morning, so this gapped up. Would like to see where we open tomorrow, but this is definitely one to have on the radar. If the market does pull back tomorrow, look, you can look for these for plays. SH, this is another one shorting the S&P 500. Decent looking chart, same MACD, showing the same amount of relative strength, back above all your moving averages. And we're going to look at the S&P chart later. You can see it looks exactly like this, except on the bottom of the chart. SOXS, this is shorting the semiconductors. So if you're bearish on the semiconductors, which I have been for the better part of the year, I actually want to talk a little bit about that in the next video. But if you're short on stocks like AMD and Micron, NVIDIA, you can look here to buy shares here to push up when those stocks are pulling back. SPXS, this is a bear ETF for the S&P 500. Once again, so if the S&P 100 is pulling in, you can look at this one to trade to the upside. And the one thing about these, if you're not trying to trade options on them, you can look at the prices, and it gives you the opportunity to find something that fits your price range. And that's the reason why we have a couple of different ones in here, because of the prices. The SQQQ, this shorts the Qs, strong chart here, nice looking chart. Would like to see it catch up to the 9, pull back to the 9, or see the 9 push up. But you can see, you can draw a line across here. I'm bullish as long as we're above that line. TBT, so this is short the 20-year bond. So as the bond has been really pulling in, these have been pushing. You can see the MACD here. It looks like it may be trying to pinch, but we're kind of running out of momentum. We'll keep a close eye on this. You can see a massive relative strength, still showing some momentum. Volume has been light on this though. TECS. This is a technology. So once again, if you think the Qs and these big tech names like Apple and Microsoft, or if you're bearish on those, this is the one to look at. You can see it has been pretty hot. You can see if you go back and look, see how much stronger that chart looks than the SQQQ. This is the one that they've been coming after. Mostly with the short stocks here lately. Went too short tech. You can see right here. Look at the MACD, looks a little bit better than that. Still got that same, it's like a duck head with that duck bill trying to open up. I would like to see the mouth open wider. TSLQ, this is a short for Tesla. Tesla's been strong. I would definitely be careful with this one. Tesla's showing a ton of relative strength. TZA, if you're bearish on the IWM, on the Russell, this is where you would look to put money, buy shares on this to push up. TZA trades options as well, pretty decent, at least last time I traded it. UVXY, so this is for the VIX. If the VIX pushes up, this will push up, and you can see we are right, just like the VIX. We got this little tabletop here. We tried to take this 50 out Friday and got pulled back below it. I would want to be above this 50 at this point. You see your 9 and 20 trying to turn up, but for me, it needs to be above that 50. VXX, I traded this Friday for a quick trade rated open with 1,000 shares. This is VIX. It's, short-term futures. If the VIX is pushing up, this is pushing up. VIX had a nice push on it, so I went in for a small trade. I didn't get as much as I thought I would have, honestly. It took like 9 cents, 11 cents, something like that. It wasn't a big trade. Your MACD's trying to cross, trying to show some relative strength, having a little bit of volume come into it. MACD's trying to cross. And that concludes this video. I hope this is helpful. Definitely keep in mind with the Chinese stocks, ETFs, and there was actually supposed to be a second one added here that I did not see. We will definitely get that out in the Discord. Everybody have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow in the trading room, and we will have another video coming out this afternoon covering the market and the day trading list. Have a great weekend, everybody.